What's good, y'all? Excuse my voice, excuse my hair right now, looking crazy. So y'all wanted to see what a day in the life of IVF looks like. It's 7 something right now. I don't know. It's early. I'm about to go try to wake Tris up and get this day going. So I bet you Tris asleep.
Good morning.
Now she up. Alright, so I'm downstairs. I gotta go in the fridge here and get our medicine out. We have Citrotide and we have to take that in the morning. Yay! You're going through IVF days before your trigger. Sorry, I'm trying to open this and talk to y'all. Actually, let me grab this out first. Hold on. Okay, so when you're going through IVF, days before you get close to doing your trigger, so like I think it's like, I don't know, I can't think of the day. They give you this medicine, or you have it ahead of time, called Citrotide or LlL&x. There's different variations of it. Basically what it does is it stops you from ovulating. And it's very, very important, number one, that you store it in the refrigerator. So there's also a blue box. And before you take any meds that you store in the refrigerator, you got to take them out and let them sit to warm up, basically. And so the liquid isn't as thick, it's easier to flow through, easier to absorb in a syringe and insert without pain. So, but you take this medicine to stop your body from ovulating. And it's very, very important that you take it at the exact time every morning, the exact time. If you miss it by 30 minutes, you could begin ovulating, which is not good for what you're trying to do here.
I'm up this morning getting ready to do our first injection of the day. And so I'm the one that prepares most of our shots. So here I am, Tasha's getting ready. I'm about to prepare our shots for the morning. And these are very time sensitive. So I'm like gonna try to rush through this because you have to take them in the right amount of time so that you don't ovulate in the mornings. And I do everything times 2 since we're both going through it together. So now it is time for us to take our meds for the morning.
Look at a little cocktail table.
So I put it on this little Lazy Susan to make it easier. So some of the things we have to take in the morning are vitamin D. I was told that I had a deficiency and I needed to get some vitamin D in my system. Gotta take some prednisone, which I have no idea what it's for, or ovarian bloom. That's a supplement to help us. I think that's with egg production or egg quality. And then we have to take our prenatal vitamin, another supplement made by the same people that do ovarian bloom. And then lastly, we have to take our general female endocrine pack from Standard Process. And all of this is done twice a day.
All right, so here's the morning layout, everything Trish just named. Now, a lot of you may not notice about me. I hate taking meds, like swallowing medicine. Not my thing. I did figure out a trick. If it's this kind of pill, put it in your mouth, a mouthful of water in your mouth, put your head down, they're gonna float up, just swallow, gone. Gone, that's it. So yeah, we start the morning with 14 pills. We end the evening with like 17, 18, some ridiculous number. Yeah. All right, so now we're at our appointment at the clinic, waiting to get in. She always wants to be in the same room as me, but we're about to be in separate rooms.
They're disrespecting us, so they separate us. Like we're 2 children in civil suspension.
Who are you? You're acting up. It's not much money.
On the checks by now. This ain't LaGrande Clinic? No. I feel like a pincushion. But at this point, you know. It's okay. Let me see if my Spider-Man Band-Aid works.
No.
You
Also,
wanna?
you can't do it with. You're supposed to be open.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't really know what
You know what you're doing.
You're supposed to pretend you in a net, babe. You don't even know how to adult correctly. When you're playing with a child, you're supposed to pretend. Yes.
You know what? All right, y'all. So we done finished our visits and everything. You want to go ahead with your update?
No, I want to hear yours first.
This is your update today. I'm good. I promise. I'm so good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I still got the 15 on one side and 18 on the other.
Okay.
My biggest follicle is at 17.
Yeah.
And she said the rest are trailing behind.
Okay.
So, she's gonna have me come back. Everything looks good right now. She's gonna have me come back tomorrow morning because they're trying to determine whether they want me to do a Saturday trigger or a Sunday trigger. Basically, if we did a Saturday trigger, then we would probably go for a Monday retrieval.
Right.
If we do a Sunday trigger, it would probably be a Tuesday retrieval. So,
okay.
Yeah, we need to get some plane tickets.
All right, that's good, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I'm in a different space, so it sounds like we'll be going to New York, but I will not be participating.
Really?
Because now when I went today, I had a different person, and they found a 4th follicle. But the one that I said was at what 12. She didn't see it. She couldn't find it. So I have 4, and they're at like 8, 6, 5, and 5.
Oh, they're not growing.
They're not growing. So she's got to get with the doctor today to kind of figure out like what they want to do. She was like, cause something's off, something's not working, and I don't understand why. She was like, everything was fine before. So, and I gave her the full background about, you know, and she was like, honestly, at this point, upping it wouldn't like be. She was like, if it's, you know, full, it's full. You know what I mean? So that wouldn't be it. So we had to figure out what exactly is going on this time.
Okay. So they're basically potentially canceling yours.
Well, they didn't tell me that at all. She just said to talk to the doctor, and they need to come up with a plan.
Okay.
So.
Well, we shall see then.
Yeah. So I'll be getting a phone call probably next hour or so.
Yeah.
And then kind of get an update from there. So we'll be in New York. Get them babies up out you and get them froze. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how are you feeling about it all?
Honestly, you would think I would be like emotional about it or whatever. I'm literally, I think because I've like processed it for a little while now, that the way my genetics and DNA is set up, I'm an old lady at 37. Okay. Whereas there's other people that's still fruitful at 37, so.
Yeah. And it does kind of run.
Yeah. So, I've come to the term that in terms of me, we may have waited too long. And that's okay. No, start your shit and try to make me, no.
No, I see. I'm looking at you.
I was fine. Now I'm looking at you.
No, I'm seeing you, babe.
No, baby.
We didn't wait too long. We're going to get it.
Okay. Well, right now my follicles are not growers and they not showers, so I don't know.
They're showers.
They did show up. A couple of them. A new one showed up, which is interesting. That was interesting. And she was like, well, I see 4, but I don't see the big one. So I was like, so there's potentially more?
So, what did she say about the bleeding?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's completely normal. She said it's just your cycle showing back up and filtering through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, though, it's
disappointing, though.
It's disappointing. Yeah, no, 100% is disappointing. But I, at this point, kind of expected that. I didn't want that. But because of the 2 days ago, I was like, I don't see there being a huge change in 48 hours. We just got the call back from the clinic. So basically, what has happened with me and my slow growth, because it's not making sense to anybody, right? So what we did in the beginning of this cycle is My menstrual cycle has been irregular. I hope that's not TMI for this, but it's been irregular, which is not regular for me. Like I'm pretty regular. So it's been irregular on and off for like the last year and a half. And what happened was, after the last cycle, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't have a menstrual cycle for 2 months. And then we went back into going through the process, but my body still ovulated. I just didn't show a period. So they put me on birth control on day 3. Because Tristan's is for real like clockwork. She ain't never had an irregular menstrual cycle. Hers was scheduled to start the following Thursday of when mine was on day 3, when mine decided to pop back up. So they put me on birth control until hers showed up. I started on a Saturday and hers showed up on like Thursday. So for 5 days, I was on birth control. I've never in my life, not one day in my life, taken birth control. So for my body, that's all new. That's completely foreign going in my body and the reaction to it. The point of doing that in IVF is to pause your body basically on day 3. It pauses it on the day that you start birth control. And then you go in on an IVF, you go in between day 3 and 5. If you guys aren't aware of that, of your cycle, to start doing your baselines, your blood work, your follicular ultrasounds, all those different things. So they paused it so that I could align with her, so we could have a retrieval at the same time, since we decided this time that we were both going to retrieve, so we could at least have Tristan's eggs frozen in the meantime while taking my eggs and trying to get pregnant with my eggs. So that was the plan. If we'd have known about the whole throw off situation, obviously we would have done things a little bit differently. So we lined up perfect. We got in last Friday, as you guys know, and we were on our regular dosage amount that we did previously. Well, what we got from the phone call today is that the doctor thinks the birth control slowed down the growth of my follicles, which is why they're not growing. And so from Friday to Tuesday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I did the regular, I think it was 150 IU of gonal, which is a HGH of the shots that I'm taking, which, yeah, regular would be fine had I not had birth control in my system for 5 days. And then come Tuesday, because it's like we told you guys, it didn't really grow much. On Tuesday, they upped it to 225 IU. So the call today was, hey, doctor said, basically what I just said, that the birth control slowed it down and they're just not growing. So now we've upped mine to 400 IU of gonal to basically trigger the growth. And I'm going to do that until, so where it gets tricky, and I'm doing this right now because we just got home. Tristan has a meeting. I do not. So I'm going to fill you guys in before I go to work. The timeline gets tricky, but we kind of figured it out, is that we have to go to New York for the retrieval. Unfortunately, we can't get it done here. Tristan, we're going back tomorrow on Friday for Tristan, them to look at her and determine if her trigger shot, which we'll talk about that later, should be Saturday or Sunday. If her trigger is on Saturday, then she's going to be scheduled for early Monday morning retrieval. And if it's on Sunday, then she'll be scheduled, I believe, for a Tuesday morning retrieval. The thing is, there's still me, right? So, and the timeline's weird, because either we're going to have to determine and discuss if we're going to be hanging out in New York for a few days or what, because I increased my amount tonight to 400 IU. Tonight is Thursday. So I take it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They want me to take it through the weekend into Monday and see where I'm at. Well, if we're in New York, obviously I can't be at the Atlanta clinic for the testing or for the ultrasound. So what they're going to do is schedule me for an ultrasound in New York, which is completely cool. But then it's like, all right, well, if I'm at the point of where I need to be on Monday, when do I do my trigger? And then when do I do retrieval? Because that means we would fly out to New York on Sunday. If Tristan has a Monday retrieval, fly back Tuesday, and then have to fly back again. That doesn't make sense. We would just stay the week. But now we got to determine all of that. It's such a particular cycle and situation that it gets tricky travel-wise and everything. So we got to first make sure I have enough gonal to do 400 IU every day. If not, we need to today, like within the next probably 2.5, 3 hours, reach out and order so that it could be here by tomorrow. Like, they're really great about the medicine when you're going through IVF. If it's ordered before, I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern time, it'll get to you next day. So yeah, I'm telling you, I wanted a day in the life. Here's a day in the life, y'all. So I'm gonna go work, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna go work, and we'll be back. We had to make a bunch of calls and kind of go back and forth between our clinic and our pharmacy, but we got the new medicine ordered, so had to reach out to get 4 new boxes of gonal. It took a few hours. We didn't really show going through that process. You know, we getting through this day. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's not a day without a little adventure, right?
So listen, y'all, it's been a long work day.
Yeah.
Work did not let up on me today. So, but now we are back and headed on this next bit of baby business. And that is
going to the acupuncturist. Right? Is that?
Yeah, acupuncturist.
I'm tired. I had a long day at work. So yeah, the acupuncturist. So I'm on my way to do acupuncture. It helps with said to help with the quality of going through IVF and just any fertility process. So I'm telling you, we live some busy lives. Y'all just don't know.
I mean, we cut and paste it so it looked like it's cohesive. But let me tell you something. This is hectic. The schedules, the coordination. We are navigating a maze of decisions at this very moment.
It's absurd.
It is, and people shouldn't have to do this. This too much.
Yeah, it's absurd. I know a number of people that would just give up.
Right.
I really do.
But we're not giving up. And I feel blessed because we get to make these decisions. Some people would give up and some people would have to stop.
Yeah,
because of the financial burden that this process would put on them.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we're able to do this without it financially burdening us,
that's true,
is a true blessing. And I am so grateful to God for provision in this moment. It's really all I can think of. It's like, yes, it's frustrating, but we can keep going. We could choose not to, but we would not be forced to not do it. Not at this juncture. Not to say that it would never impact us, but, you know, as it stands right now, you know, we're in a good place.
Usually I don't do.
Alright, so Tasha and I had her a good nap.
Yeah, man.
I didn't get to record her snoring because I was too busy in my research.
I was snoring like usual.
Yeah, you were snoring. You snore every time, and you kept waking yourself up with your snoring.
It's crazy.
She kept going. So I did some research while we were in there about fresh versus frozen transfer, and I think based on the various doctors' ideals around when fresh versus frozen is appropriate, we definitely are going to have to do frozen if we go this time around.
Okay.
Because apparently it's actually better to do a fresh when you have less eggs. The more eggs you produce, the more likely you are to have complications. And one that is extreme that every single one of the doctors mentioned in terms of if you have a whole bunch of eggs that you've produced is this ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome.
Heard about that.
OHSS. And apparently that happens when you produce a whole bunch of eggs at one time, and so your estrogen levels is high and your progesterone levels are high. Your ovaries are too stimulated. And so if you then now get pregnant, it could cause that syndrome, and that's actually not good, and it's apparently very dangerous. So because you're
carrying also, and you're retrieving and you're carrying,
exactly.
Yours are already, they're very stimulated. You got a lot of.
So even though I would be getting your egg, because I just got a retrieval of 30 some odd follicles, it would make me a higher candidate for ovarian.
So fresh might have made sense last time. Our 11 p.m. alarm just went off, and what that mean by?
That means it's time to mix it up. Okay, I'm about to get my street pharmacy on. Okay.
Yeah.
I think every day I start with gonal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to mix a new one today because this is probably enough for me, but it's not gonna be enough for Tasha's though.
Tris, the magician, has done it again. I'm gonna show y'all something, comparison wise. So for the gonal, because you know, as we've mentioned multiple times today, my prescription dosage has been changed. So this is Tristan's on the right at 150 IU, and this is me at 400. I'm gonna be pushing forever. At this point, you all have seen enough of our bellies.
Right.
I don't think you need to see the bellies anymore.
I'm interested to know what y'all think about this day though.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed? If you've made it this far, you really ride with us, and I appreciate that.
All right, so we are starting with the Menopur per use. Trish has already wiped her side. Let me do mine right quick. I was washing my hands.
To get it over with.
Yeah.
You feel me? I had to wash my hands again too, but
so gonna go ahead and get this one knocked out.
Shit burned like shit today.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it burned today. It didn't bleed outwardly, but it's like doing something right there.
Oh yep, I see.
So I'm obviously gonna have a bruise there. Mm-hmm. Yay.
This one been burning me. It's burning me like crazy right now, but you know, a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. You know what I mean? All right, so that one's over. All right, so now I got my forever drug here.
Y'all, I am sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit.
This be that one that be acting like you don't wanna.
Oh my God, mine didn't want to go in today either. One of these needles don't want to penetrate our skin.
It's the gonal and it's still fighting me. Come on, bro. I don't want to pick a new location. I might have to because it's really not going.
You want me to get it for you?
It's not going in. No, but of course that bled because it partially penetrated my skin. Okay, let's try this. This happened. So, and also I'm going to turn the needle. There's a slant on the head of these needles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna turn it and try it that way. Let's see. Come on, bro. There we go. Had to get the right angle.
My God. You got the skin of nails?
Apparently.
Tough as nails, huh?
Tough as nails.
Mm.
All right, we almost done pushing. You know, we got that long 400 IU. Don't burn nothing.
Mine is burning today.
And it's done.
Now we're gonna put our needles in our sharp container.
Yeah, got to be safe here. Now we're back to our cocktail, our nightly cocktail. 1 second.
Latasha has more pills to take than me because her situation is slightly different than mine. And it's okay that she has more than me because she will not have to deal with all of the extra shots that I'm gonna have to do in a few weeks. So it's okay that she has more pills than me now because I will have to deal with shots in my ass in just a couple of weeks.
And a medicine that burns every time.
It burns and bruises so bad.
Like to the point where she still has bruising now, and that was back in this January. This is what, 3 months later? 3.5 months later? Yeah.
So I have a total of 15 pills that I have to take right now. I usually take them in 2 swallows. So I'm gonna go with the first one here, and then I'll do the second set. Here it is, right?
A little nasty.
Yeah, a little nasty joint. I gotta put it with them ones that taste like
small pills taste the worst.
It's terrible. That prednisone is terrible.
Yeah.
This is 8 right here. Eight down. Then I got another 6 right here. We'll see how this works.
Oh shit. She killing my. I gotta kill my water because she about took herself out with no water.
Right, my cup was empty and I didn't know.
I heard that immediately.
15 down. Pretty quickly, and now I'm about to go grab myself some more water because that was not nearly enough water to take that.
So here are my nightly vitamins and prescribed meds. This is let me see. I take 19 meds at night. I believe this morning I had to take 15 or 17. I don't know, y'all.
Baby, I wonder. Baby, I wonder. Put your sweats on. Put your sweats on for me.
This what our days be looking like. For sure, twice a week we have the appointments at this point and go to acupuncture. So you saw what a real.
This week is 3 times a week.
Oh yeah, we'll be there again tomorrow. We appreciate you being here. We love and appreciate all y'all giving us baby dust. You know what I'm saying? Because we need all that. Trying to get baby LaGrande here.
Sprinkle.
Sprinkle me mine.
Sprinkle me, man. Listen, if it's your first time watching,
Oh yes,
welcome. And since it's your first time and you love it here so much, go ahead and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. Bing. So you're notified when your new friends at LaGrande's posted new content. While we're on the subject of content, tell us if you like this. And then we will see you all in the next video.
Peace.
Bye.
Now this is the appointment to figure out when we trigger, and Trish is tired. She don't feel like waiting, and she said she gonna take her nap. What are you doing?
I'm sending out a smoke signal. I'm ready to go. Come get me.
Oh my baby.
I'm ready to go, babe.
I'm ready to go too.
This is stupid.
We're just sitting. It's 1 a.m. It's trigger day, finally, for Tristan. It's her first time doing this. Yeah, she had to have a 1 a.m. trigger and a 1 p.m. trigger tomorrow. So we're getting everything ready.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm sleepy. We gotta get this shit done. It's supposed to be like exactly at 1 o'clock, so I'm like stressing a little bit. That felt like absolutely nothing before, because I don't want it to have any particles in it, but it don't seem clear enough just yet. I think it's just taking a while to mix, which is, I wish I had known that, because I'm on a fucking time. I'm on a time crunch here. So I'm trying to hurry.
We'll come back when it's ready.
Ooh.
You've been triggered.
Oh, I'm triggered already. I am thoroughly triggered.
That one probably hurt just because of the pace you were going at.
Yeah, I was trying to go really quick, because what time is it?
106.
106. So technically I did that one like 6 minutes later than I was supposed to. But, you know, what can we do?